What's going on YouTube? Back for another tutorial. Today we're going to get into some Twisted. I need another RDA for flavor. I've been beta testing some new flavors for a little company we've been working on, so yeah, need another flavor coil, so I figured I'd film it, show you guys how it's done, and just in case you're wondering, this is what we're going to be doing today. Some Twisted 24 run parallel. Let's see if we can focus that. Parallel with 20 gauge. So yeah, let's get into it. For today's build, I'm going to be using the Vape Supply USA A1 grade Canthal, and yeah, that's what this build is, and it's been great, working awesome. So shout out on this Canthal, it's really good stuff, really easy to work with, comes off the spool nice and clean, and just no issues. Much better than the stuff I was working with before. So yeah, take another quick vape and get into this build. Twisteds, they really give the flavor just its full attention, and take a couple seconds longer to heat up, so you know the difference between a cloud chasing build and a flavor chaser. But I really find when you run it parallel with some 20 or 24, 22, anything like that, you're just going to get the heat quick too. It's the best of both worlds, it really is. Just so yeah, let's get into it. We'll get back with the build. So I'm going to build it on this plume veil and maybe make it a dual coil. See how that works out. And so what we're going to do first is I'll show you how to make some of this Twisted here. I'm showing that pretty good. That's what you want, but I'll show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is twist up some of the 24 first. And you're going to need a drill for this. Pair of pliers. And the Canthal, obviously. As you can see, it comes off nice and clean. I was buying my stuff in little baggies before, pre-done up, and it gets pinched and it gets curled that way, and just no good. I also picked these up, which I find are really nice for getting into the posts, and just because they're a little short and stubby, they just cut a whole lot better than the other cutters I had too. So end cutters, I think they're called, or something. Maybe I'm looking to get a pair of those if I'm grabbing cutters. Oh, as well, I use one of these don't know if I mentioned in the first video, I think I did. It's made by Rapala. It's actually a fishing tool, and it's got these nice little, I forget what they're called, divots or whatever, but I just picked this up just because I figured for, you know, nice perfect bends and whatnot. Just another little tools of the trade kind of hint for it. So yeah, anyway, so get a good length of that. You just want to fold her in half, pinch it shut. Now, all you gotta do now is insert that. This is a simple, just single twisted. You can do 3, 4. Or twisting all kinds of stuff. We'll get into fancier ones, like flat net and all that, but I just need a fairly simple twisted build that's gonna give me some good flavor. So start on this one. So yeah, once you've got her in your drill and locked down, fairly straightforward. Grip it with the other end tight. Make sure all the slack is out. Hold it up, pinch it up, make sure those wires are straight, and start slow and then make sure it's twisting nicely, evenly, and speed it up. Not bad. A little kinking at the end here. Got it all nice and tight. Perfect. That with the other one I have there. I'm gonna have to run two. If that's the same. No, those are different. That should still be enough to get 2 coils out of. I don't really need to leave a whole lot of lead. Alright. So, here's what you got now. Since I'm going to be making 2, I'm just going to trim it down right away. Cut off the ends. Snip it about halfway. Okay. Not close enough. So, now we just need to run that parallel with some 20. So, just a decent piece of 20 there. I'll just hold both ends on these reels and then cut it so it doesn't just unspiral on you. Pain in the butt to get wound back up. Lots of little tricks and tips. That's what you get from my experience. So, alright, cut that one in half too. Give or take. Oh, I'm way off with the give or take today. Okay. Looks like I got a little bit of here I forgot about, so I'll rip that out and get right back to you in quick. There you go. Cleaned up, ready to build on, but first we're going to wrap these coils, so get your big boy, 3 millimeter. So line her up. twisted and regular side by side. Leave a little bit of slack, of course, for your lead. And start wrapping them. Now, obviously a little stiffer, a little harder to bend these, but I'm sure everybody can manage. And we're gonna do a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 wraps each. Now what you really want to do is just get it good and tight on there, on that screwdriver. This is the time. Hold the horn. I don't know if you guys can hear that outside. So just going ham on the horn. That's what you get for living in an apartment complex. Alright, so boom, tight as you can. We'll burn it and pinch it, of course. Get it as tight as possible. That's your basic shape. So one, take it off gently. You can always put it back on there for the install. Take your other one. You just need to cut that cant all down. Actually. There we go. Coil number 2. Make some slack. And do 4 wraps again. The first one is the hardest, getting it nice and anchored. And I got something to pull against after that. 3. And 4. Oh yeah. Get that one tight. Go like that. Bring that lead down a little bit. In line with the other ones. They kind of want to do their own thing, whatever ways, but when you get them in the holes, they'll line up. So, don't worry too much about that. Alright, so now we've got 2 of these beauties. Okay. And one on this one is way off, so I'm just going to put that back on quick. Pull that piece of twisted edge a lot tighter. Get her back in line. Alright, so that's a lot of work on a hot day. It's September in Canada, but it doesn't feel like it. Ooh. Delicious. This first flavor we got coming from Flavour Subs is going to be really enjoyable. A lot of people are liking it so far that we've had tested. It's called Fluffy Melons, tropical fruits with a splash of something warm and sweet in there. Alright, so get ready to install these. I find these big beefy twisteds are a lot easier to just fire and pinch when they're on the mech and installed and tightly pulled in there, so you don't have them, with the torch and then you crush it and it just smushes up if you give her too hard. So probably better to just install it and take it from there. hopefully we can get all this through that center post on the plume veil. I haven't drilled this one out yet. If not, we may have to pull out the stellar. Ooh, yeah, that is much too thick. Okay. Second folds. The builds are too extreme for the addies that these manufacturers are producing. Alright. Well, at least one goes in like butter in a 3mm hole. Doesn't look like I'm going to get a second in there. So I may have to drill out my plume veil before I can actually make this a dual coil for you guys. It's the first time I've tried it, so this is what you get. But I know that that single coil will do a remarkable job, as you can see that one's doing. So at least I'll still have another addy to work with and keep testing these samples and whatnot. Twisted is a lot tougher to get in and through them holes, but work it slowly from the ends with your screwdriver in there so it doesn't get pulled out of shape, and you'll get it. Sooner or later they all slide into place. Once you're getting close, give a little nudges from that other side, start to grip and pull in and up, you know what I mean, against it. Use that leverage against the post, as it were. I find that helps a lot, snugging it up. And then, as you can see, piece of twisted on this end is still a little loose, so we'll just pull just the twisted. Snug that up nice and tight. Same from the other end. Squish it all in. Perfect. Just get really close to the base. So one more little snugging, just to be safe. You don't want that top cap touching it, shorting it, being no good. A little closer. There we go. Perfect. And when you pinch it, you get a little more room too. Okay, so just tighten down. Oops, flat head in there. Tighten down the screws. And I always leave another screwdriver in there when you're tightening it too, because the action of screwing it when it starts to get tight can warp the coil as well, you'll find. Get them good and tight so they don't come loose when you clip. Okay. Alright. Let's get those cutters out. Those new side cutters that cut through everything like butter. Boom. Yeah, I could never cut through anything that thick with my old ones. The leverage just wasn't there. These ones are beastly. Right up close to that post. Alright. Perfect. Make a little squeeze. Alright, other than that little end wire not wanting to be completely neat, we're going to see if we can get it to fire and look a little better, but let's throw it on the on-reader quick and see what it says as well. 0.11, pretty much what I was expecting. It's going to heat up pretty quick regardless if it's a 0.1 ohm build, so magma off there. Alright, fire it up. Finger off the button when you pinch unless you have ceramic tweezers, which I'm working on getting. Nice. That's what you want, inside out. Again, a very low one, but this button hot already, so it doesn't get stupid red hot when your wick's in there, luckily. So, alright, wick it up, vape it. I mean, I also posted I shared a really good video on my Facebook page today, so check that out if you haven't yet, about wicking techniques from a guy named Yosh that I was reading about on the CCI page. So that was a really good wicking technique. Check that out. I'm going to wick that up like this, so you might as well just watch that video. And thanks a lot, guys. Try that out. It's going to be a good build for you. So back with some more soon. Thanks again.